It was 2 o'clock in the morning. I was sitting on a pier by the river, watching the reflections of streetlights dance on the black water. No living creature seemed to be moving on the water. I waited, with growing impatience, watching for any sign of movement. It took some digging, but I finally managed to track down the name of someone who had the information I needed. I wandered downtown until I found him. He was sitting on a street corner, asking passerbys for spare change. I sat down next to him, leaning close. "I've heard you used to study the occult," I said. "Mind giving me some tips? I need to know the easiest way to send a soul to the demonic realm." His eyes widened. "Are you crazy?" he spat. "Shout it to the world, why don't you? Are you trying to get us both locked up?" I held up a bundle of cash I brought with me. The beggar gave it a quick glance. After a moment, he snatched it out of my hand and stuffed it into a pocket. "Fine," he said. "But after this, don't come looking for me again." Farther down the river, a faint red shimmer appeared. It was slowly growing larger. "Once a year, Lucifer releases all the souls in hell, sends them to roam the world," said the beggar. "Sounds frightful, but it's not much to worry about. The damned can't do anything to living souls, nor can the living see or hear or touch the damned. And after a full day's passed, they're all summoned back to hell." "Then what's the point?" "To remind those in hell of what they have lost." The red shimmer now had a clear form. It was a ship, an old galleon with large billowing sails. I thought I could make out small figures roaming on its deck. "So, about your question. The trick is to track down one of the vessels used to ferry the souls back to hell when the time is up. Could be anything. A train, a bus, a ship. You have to make sure whoever you want to send to hell manages to catch the ride. Like, if it's a ship, make sure they end up aboard. Pick them up and toss them on the deck. It doesn't matter. If you don't want to get into actual summoning stuff, that's the easiest way to do it." "Anything I need to worry about?" I said. "Shouldn't be too difficult. The damned are always looking for more to join them. They might even help you. The hard part? Getting to the right place at the right time. You're on your own for that. But I'd start with the river." "You've told me enough. Thank you." I stood up, preparing to leave. "Wait," he said. "Be careful, man. Even if you think you're being careful, this stuff's dangerous." "I'm well aware." "Everyone says that. No one listens. I heard a rumor once about some amateur who sacrificed the lives of 100 people to make a demon give him immortality. he ended up losing the ability to be perceived by other people. Or something.
Don't worry, I said. I'm fairly certain I won't make his mistakes. The ship drifted by the pier, glowing a deep red. I saw the mass of souls on the deck, chained and wailing. I saw the demons passing back and forth around them, pausing only to force the occasional soul away from the deck with a whip or a blade. I stood up. This was my chance. I leapt forward and plunged into the river. A freezing water dragged at my limbs. I fought against the current and swam forward with all my strength. Little by little, I managed to move forward and touched the side of the ship. The wood made my fingers burn, but I clung with all my might. "Please," I called up to the deck. "Take me with you." I heard wings beating above me. Suddenly, a pair of hands gripped my shoulders and yanked me out of the water. The demon that grabbed me lifted me up and dropped me on the deck of the ship. I landed in an undignified sprawl, shivering. The wailing of the damned tore through the air. I rolled over and looked up. The face of the demon that stared down at me was one I remembered all too well.
"Were you not satisfied with the terms of our bargain?"
It said. "It didn't tell me the cost would be this high," I croaked. I've been alone for so long. The only ones who can see me are the crazy ones. Half the time they don't even think I'm real."
"And yet you valued human life so little when you first summoned me,"
said the demon. "Please, if this is what eternal life is like, I'd rather be in hell," I said. The demon let out a high screech, like a wounded animal. And I realized with a growing horror that it was laughing.
"You do not understand,"
It said.
"Hell is no more a fixed location than the horizon is. You are already there."
Oh, no, don't throw me back. No. It reached down, lifted me up, and threw me overboard. I plunged into the icy water and slowly floated up to the surface. I didn't have the will to swim back to shore. I watched, floating in the current, as my last hope sailed down the river and disappeared in a small burst of red light.
Be careful, man.
Did you enjoy our tale? We hope we didn't scare you too much. And if we didn't, why not give this creepypasta story a try? Who knows? Maybe it'll help you find something deep down inside.